The heavy mahogany doors of the family court swung open, and a chilling silence descended upon the room. On one side sat Mrs. Shanti Devi and her son Rajesh, looking smug in their designer clothes. On the other side, alone and dressed in a simple cotton sari, was Meera. She wasn't just fighting for alimony or a house, she was fighting for the one thing that kept her heart beating, her 6-year-old daughter, Pari. For 5 years, Meera had been the silent, suffering shadow in the wealthy Malhan household. She was treated worse than the domestic help, mocked for her humble background, and finally framed for a crime she didn't commit just so Rajesh could marry a business tycoon's daughter. Today on Justice Journals, we step into a courtroom where a mother's love faces off against a wall of money, lies, and a cold-blooded conspiracy. The trial began with a brutal character assassination. Rajesh's lawyer, a man known for winning cases by destroying reputations, stood before the judge. "Your Honor, my client is a respected businessman. Meera, however, is mentally unstable. We have medical reports from the family's private doctor showing she suffers from chronic delusions and violent outbursts. She even tried to harm her own child in a fit of rage. For the safety of the minor, we're asking for full custody and an immediate divorce with no financial settlement for this woman." Meera closed her eyes, the lies stinging like salt on an open wound. She remembered the nights Rajesh had locked her in the storeroom while Pari cried for her. She remembered her mother-in-law, Shanti Devi, forcing her to sign blank papers under the threat of hurting her parents. Meera's lawyer, a young but sharp woman named Advaita, stood up. She had no expensive suits, but she had something the other side lacked, the truth. "Your Honor," Advaita said, her voice echoing with conviction, "the only delusion in this room is the belief that money can buy justice. We challenge these medical reports. We believe they were forged by Dr. Khanna, a man who has received significant donations from the Malhan Foundation." The courtroom erupted in whispers, but Shanti Devi just smirked. She knew the doctor wouldn't talk. However, Advaita had a surprise. She called a witness no one expected, the Malhan family's former driver, an old man who had been fired for showing Meera a bit of kindness. The driver took the stand, his voice trembling. "I saw it all, Sahib. I saw Rajesh Babu pull the brakes on Meera Mem Sahib's car so she would have an accident. I saw the old madam hide the jewelry in Meera's drawer and then call the police to claim she was a thief. And I have this." He pulled out a small, old-fashioned voice recorder. The lawyer played the recording. It was a conversation between Rajesh and Shanti Devi. "Is the doctor ready?" Rajesh's voice was clear. "Yes," Shanti Devi replied. "He's prepared the papers stating she's crazy. Once she's in the asylum, the custody is ours, and your marriage to the industrialist's daughter will be smooth. No one will care about a mad woman's cries." The silence that followed was deafening. Rajesh's face turned ash-gray. Shanti Devi tried to scream that it was a fake, but Advaita wasn't done. She produced a second piece of evidence, a series of secret bank transfers from Rajesh's personal account to an offshore firm just days after the theft accusation. It showed that Rajesh was hiding his assets to avoid paying for Meera's future. "This isn't just a divorce case, Your Honor," Advaita shouted. "This is a criminal conspiracy to kidnap a child from her mother and illegally imprison a sane woman. They didn't just want to divorce, they wanted to erase Meera's existence." The judge's gavel struck the bench like a thunderclap. The decision was historic. Not only did the judge grant Meera full custody of Pari, but he also ordered the immediate arrest of Rajesh and Shanti Devi for perjury, forgery, and criminal conspiracy. Furthermore, the court awarded Meera 80% of the Malhan family estate as a penalty for the years of torture she endured. As Meera walked out of the courtroom, holding Pari's hand tightly, the sun finally broke through the clouds. She didn't look at the police ledgers or the cameras. She looked at her daughter. She had been thrown out as a beggar, but she was leaving as a queen who had reclaimed her life. In a world where power tries to silence the weak, can a mother's voice ever be loud enough? Is justice delayed, truly justice denied? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. This is Justice Journals. Subscribe for more powerful stories from the heart of the courtroom. The court is adjourned.